Andy, what did you see from Soto this weekend, who clearly was the story going in, during, and then after?
It's interesting, Sal. It was kind of a long journey from Friday to Sunday, it felt like, right? You mentioned it. I thought he handled the initial booing amazingly well by diffusing it with some humor. The doffing of the helmet not only was funny and kind of, I don't want to put myself in the minds of like Yankee fans sitting there, but it seemed like it took a situation that could have gone into like really nasty and cruel and made it like, oh, haha, you're funny. Like, we hate you, but we kind of love you. It was a good vibe the way he handled that. And I know the Met dugout loved it too. Like, oh my God, he's doffing his helmet. So that was great.
Well, it wasn't like that in right field where I was sitting, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you heard.
I'm sure. And I asked him too the next day. I was like, did anyone cross the line out in right field? And he's like, well, yeah, but it's fine. You know, I thought he was great. He got it. He knew what to expect, and he handled it with a smile and some humor. Point being, by Sunday, when the body language has just changed, it's reverted back a little to what we've seen a lot so far with the Mets, and a guy who's, as I've said before in the show, a human being who's left the job that he really, really loved to take a new job that he's trying to get used to, and he's in that process. And we saw some of the, coming out of the box, we showed that. I don't want to make a big deal out of talking to the media, not talking to the media, but the fact that it was a game in which he'd be expected to speak, he kind of made it like he was going to talk, and then he left, and there was a whole thing around that where he could have made it easier on himself by just talking for a few minutes. So there were things that happened where you're like, gee, this doesn't feel as good from the Juan Soto standpoint as it did on Friday. So there were some twists and turns over the course of a 3-game series.
Yeah, I was very disappointed with this performance. I was expecting Soto to go out there. Every big stage he's been at, entire career, he's come through. He's owned the moment. I think Soto, the shift you're talking about occurred Friday night when he tips his helmet to the crowd. He's playing into it amazingly well. And then Carlos Rodon says, I want nothing to do with you, and pitches around him. Yankees did an amazing job, I thought, all weekend. We're not going to let Juan Soto beat us. They were very tactical in their approach from a pitching standpoint. Once things started to tilt against Juan Soto, he didn't handle that adversity well. I think he showed up a different guy Saturday, ultimately into Sunday, where I think, things really spiraled out of control for him. And Juan Soto typically owns an environment like that. And he was the opposite of that this weekend. You credit the Yankees pitching for what they did, but I thought Soto didn't look like the guy who exuded that swagger and that aura all of last year as a Yankee, what he's done his entire career. He looked like a different guy this weekend. That's what concerned me. That's what disappointed me. Didn't look like Juan Soto to me.
And that's what breaks my heart. I mean, he has not looked like Juan Soto. Outside of the opening series, maybe, or early on, maybe the first couple of series, he has not looked like the Juan Soto that I fell in love with before he signed with the Mets. Let's make the call to the bullpen and welcome in Terry Collins. TC, how would you help get Soto more comfortable with the Mets?
Well, number one, I think because he's handled everything so well since he's signed. Sal, I think it might be time to sit him down, have a little conversation, and tell him, look, it's quite noticeable there's a change here, and that can't happen. The other thing is, if you're looking at how to get him maybe jump started, lead him off. Put two good bats behind him. Do something, but because I'm a big Juan Soto fan, and I have not seen him kind of go about things like he did this weekend, and I think that's got to be addressed. I really do, and I think Carlos will certainly be on top of that stuff. But this guy's a great player, he's a great person, and obviously this kind of shows that it might be getting to him a little bit, and you can't have that.
Yeah, man, I genuinely feel bad. We were talking about this before. Like, I feel bad for Juan Soto, but he's a big boy. He's making a lot of money. He's got to go out there. I never thought about leading him off. That could be an interesting twist. Not that I believe Mendy would do that, but anything that could get him going and have some protection behind him, maybe that would help.